guys, and welcome to my simple and quick review about The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye. The Crown's Fate is the sequel to The Crown's Game, and it is a story about two enchanters in the first book, about two enchanters who have to battle it out because there's only one allowed in Russia. The first book does not pull on history that much, okay? Even though it is set in a very specific historical time period. This second book, The Crown's Fate, does, and that's one of the best intriguing parts about it, is that it does pull a lot on history and kind of lines history a little bit, which is pretty exciting. And then the second book starts out where one of them is supposed to be dead because there is one that is an enchanter now. And Vika is the enchanter, and Pasha is the Tsar of Russia. And Nikolai, her true love, I guess, is a shadow. So he's not completely dead. Nikolai is kind of frozen in this period, but his mother comes around and she has killed the king. That's why the young boy is now the Tsar. And it has released the information that Nikolai is also a son of the original Tsar. Okay? So he is a competitor if he ever comes back to life. So his mother breathes this evil kind of magic into him, and he becomes more of himself, and he's able to leave this kind of dreamland he originally created. Now, the magic is really fluffy in the original Crown's Game, but that's one thing I really like about The Crown's Fate. It gets a lot more evil, a lot more scary, and it's a lot more higher stakes, okay? Nikolai has turned evil in this book, so that's one thing that's completely different from the first book, and Vika's far more interesting, I thought. I thought she was a little bit more boring in The Crown's Game. And then Pasha is more interesting as well in this book. And then also the whole storyline is just a little more heightened, a little more intense. There isn't an ultimate goal in this one other than the fact of who is ultimately going to become Tsar. And I was happy that this book ended up all like closed up. I don't know if I would have read a third one, but I was expecting to. I didn't expect that The Crown's Fate was going to be the end of it, but I was also happy about that. There were a few kind of complaints about it, I would say, because I gave this a 3 stars, so it was a lower rating. It is an easy read if you're into fantasy and magic and YA. It is so easy to read. They're easy to get through. But I thought, number one, the love triangle fell completely flat in the first book, and the second one, there was a huge opportunity to develop it because Nikolai had become evil, okay? So she could have fell for Pasha. There was some feelings there, but it just, the author never escalated it to be a truly believable love triangle once again, even though she had it there and she was kind of going for it, but not enough. Side characters kind of did, and so yeah, some of the side characters kind of dropped off. Like right now, I was kind of like bored with her, and I didn't really believe Nikolai's love for her at all. And then also Yelena, or however you say his sister's name, Pasha's sister's name, she was really vibrant and stuck out to me in the first book, so I thought she'd come into the second book and cause a bunch of trouble and stir stuff, and like she did in like opening scene 1 and then just fell flat. And like she could have caused so much more trouble. I know it would have made the book longer, but I feel like the author didn't really use the side characters this much. Overall, it's a pretty good book, pretty okay, and I mean, I would suggest reading it if you were into something like The Night Circus or you loved Carnival. These are good, kind of in that same realm, companion novels. I think these ones are a little easier to read. They're faster to read. Maybe not as intriguing, maybe not as heightening, maybe you won't love them as much, but they're in that same realm if you're looking for something in that realm. And so that was my very simple and quick review on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!